Happy Janus Day, everyone, also known as the Gregorian New Year. If you have been on this channel long enough, you know I always teach that the true New Year is March 21st at the spring equinox. Janus is what we call in Yoruba Cosmology the two-faced Esu, or the two-faced Elegba. And he represents beginnings, gate openings, and things such as that. We are still in pretty much the developing dead of winter. So new beginnings begin in spring. But nonetheless, according to our Gregorian calendar and our paradigm, we are now in the year 2020. What does that mean? Well, the 2 and the 0 and the 2 and the 0 again means we are in a master number year, 22, with the zeros intensifying the 2. So normally we would call this a number 4 year, which represents stability, but it's a master year. So your good fortune is going to come, or our good fortune as a collective consciousness is going to come with commitment. When you commit to something, I'm not just speaking of romantic commitment. I'm speaking of either finding a tutor, finding a teacher, committing to a life path, committing to what you want to do, committing to your goals, your dreams. If you're going to not deal with somebody, shutting them out altogether, not going in and out, back and forth. When you commit to yourself, when you commit you're going to follow a dietary regimen, when you commit that you're going to go back to school or whatever it is you want to do, your good fortune is going to come when you do it and you stick to it. Choosing a side, no straddling the fence this year. Your good fortune comes when you make a decision and stick with it. Now, this number 22, master number 4 year, it affects us as a collective consciousness. From now until till March 20th, there will be a lot of changing of the guards. There will be, since winter represents death and change, there will be a lot of tearing down of old regimes, old opinions, old authority figures, and bringing in the new. There will be a changing of the guards. Even with your body, a lot of the old stuff you used to eat, you're going to find that a lot of people are going to be having breakouts between now and March 20th. A lot of people's bodies, if you're not going to detox on your own, your body is going to start to expel those things that are cliche, no longer serving you, because your body is getting ready to renew itself for the coming springtime of 2020. Also in the year 2020, we are getting ready to go into a new element. With that 0 being at the end of the year 2020, we're going into a metal element year for the next 2 years. This year will be the year of the metal rat. So it's all about doing what you want to, doing what you need to do to commit to your goals, and it's going to take hustle. Because in Asian thought, the rat is the hustler, if you want to look at it like that. And also Jupiter's in Capricorn. So people are going to be committing to their goals and going after them. And anybody who has not committed, they haven't made up their mind what they want to do, they're confused, they're going to get left at the wayside. So once again, it is time to commit. We are not in a Mercury retrograde, so we have the ability to think straight right now and to focus on those goals. Jupiter being in Capricorn, capitalize on that, because this is going to be a very fertile time for searching for where you belong and sticking to a path. If you keep hopping from lane to lane, something I had to learn myself, if you keep jumping from here to there, you trying to be committed to everybody, trying to be friends with everybody, you have to learn to budget this year, because 4 represents collecting things. It represents stability, planting a firm root in the ground. If you plant yourself and you commit yourself to something, someone, whether it be a principle, you will see things sprout and grow for you. It is a year to figure out what you want to do, to explore the possibilities. If there's something that you want to do, make up your mind and do it clearly. Also, once again, with it being a metal rat year and a number 4 year, you will still have your personal year number. So you could be in a number 5 or number 9 year in your personal year, but the collective consciousness number 4 will still affect you to a degree. Once again, this is a wonderful time for detoxing from now until the spring equinox. There will be, possible breakups between now and then, friendships ending or not being the same. Death and change will be a big thing, I would say. They'll once again be tearing down the old to build the new. So if it feels like life is being turned upside down for the time being, just consider it your spirit guides are putting you under construction. So if things feel like, dang, I'm doing all I can, and it feels like there's shake up after shake up, it's like when you're working on, say for instance, if you're cleaning your house, sometimes the house is going to get dirtier when you're in the process of cleaning and decluttering. Everything's going to be all over the place before it actually looks good at the end. So if things seem a little messy or get a little messy right now, that's a purge going on. So there's a spiritual purge so that things can be built on the right foundation. Now keep in mind, any new friendships that come, whatever doesn't start on a good foundation will end on a bad foundation. So make sure that you are doing things on the up and up, and that you are firmly choosing friendships, relationships, choices, and decisions. Because if you go into something shaky, like, okay, I'm going to go back to school this year, but you're shaky about it, you're probably not going to stick to it. Because remember, number 22 is a master year. I think of the Tower of Babel when it fell. You know, people are trying to build these high lofty goals that they could not stick to, and then their plans failed because they were taking on too much. Another thing about the number 4 year is simplicity. Quality of life lies in simplicity. Not trying to be everything to everyone, being here and there, being community property to all of these people, but sticking to your niche, whatever that is, sticking to your genre, sticking to this and that, just basic. 4 deals with basics, simplicity. That is where you will thrive. Don't try to overcomplicate things this year if you want to see things bloom for you. And going back to my thought about collecting things, you are going to be wanting to buy more classical pieces of clothing that will last long, not necessarily the trendy things. You will want to have things that last. You will want to make friends that you can keep for a lifetime. You're not just looking for temporary fixes, because once again, 4 is a year of commitment. There will also be a need for rest. If you have been traveling a lot, or your mind has been, if your mind has not been at ease and you have not been at peace, it is going to be more conducive to rest more this year, to think before you speak, think before you act. I'm thinking of the 4 of Swords card in Tarot. Once again, people will be collecting things. You will be collecting ideas. People with Jupiter and Capricorn, people wanting to collect assets, saving more money, or budgeting or investing wisely. As you budget your money, also remember, budget what you care about. Budget what you think about. Budget how much of yourself you're going to put out there. Keep enough for yourself. You know how they say cliche, put you first. So you have your care budget, you have your emotional budget, you have your financial budget. You want to collect things of value this year, and you want to give things of value. I'm thinking of 4 of Pentacles energy too. 4 of Wands, there may be lots of weddings this year or reasons to celebrate. Lots of people planting firm roots in the ground. This is also a very auspicious year to not just honor your most recent ancestors for the past 200 years, but ancient ancestors. You want to think pyramids and more ancient times, archaeology, things like that, things being unearthed. This is a very earth-like type of year, even though we're going in the metal year with it being 2020. So the live stream messed up, so I did this over again. I wish you all peace and bliss. We'll do another review at the true new year, the spring equinox at March 20th. And peace and bliss. Happy Janus Day. Bye-bye.